question came to me, how do I get that Mac Screensaver on my Windows PC? So yes, well, let's see, not yesterday. What was it? Was it yesterday? Yeah, here's this video that I published. I have been pwned. I can't put the mouse over that one, disappears. But anyway, I have been pwned, and that was published yesterday. Today's February 7th, and there's one comment there. So I go over to that comment. A few ways I can get to it, but I'll just show it to you here. From Ken Stout, love your screensaver. How did you do that? And so he's seeing this screensaver right here. Well, Ken also sent me an email. I'll come over here and Ken Stout, I've been pwned video. And here he says, excellent video. I checked my email and found my FitnessPal was hacked in 2018. Who knew? So that was in response to that video that I made about being pwned, and he checked his own email account and found that one of the vendors that he had an account with using his email address had been hacked. So I'm assuming he went ahead and dealt with that. But then he goes on to ask this, I wanted to inquire of the background screen on your Mac. How did you do that? I would love to do that with my system, Windows 10 Pro. Just getting started on hopefully doing live broadcasts over YouTube, and of course no direction at all just yet, but a friend asked me to look into it, so I am. I'm assuming the friend asked, what, to look into doing live broadcasts or the screensaver? I'm not sure. Sorry so long, thank you for your videos and thank you for your help. So I guess sorry so long is referring to the length of the email. Ken, I am in the ghost town phase of my channel. I have plenty of time to read emails and comments and then respond to them. So here's a response I'm doing in a video format for Ken and anyone else who is interested in getting that Mac Screensaver on your Windows PC. So Ken asked, how do I get that on my Windows 10 PC? Well, as a computer technician, I've been doing this for 30 years. My response to that is, I don't know. I don't know if it can be done. So what I'm doing in this video is showing you how I go about my work. I had a client a little while back, a week or two ago. We were in a conversation about something he needed done with his accounting software, tax accounting software, and he asked me, how long is that going to take to do? I said, well, I don't know. I've never done that before. And we went on talking further, and he started telling me some details about how he wanted me to go about it. I said, no, it's not your place to be telling me the details of how to go about this. And he said, well, you said you don't know what you're doing. And no, that's not what I said. I said, I haven't done this before. My job as a general practice computer technician is to do things that I've never done before, routinely. That's the job. Now I kind of said as a general practitioner, my computer consulting business, I help my clients with pretty much any technology needs they have. Primarily I do Windows computers and networking, but I've also gotten involved in their copy machines and their printers and their the phones over the internet, IP phones. Just about any technology needs they have, because typically the vendors of those products aren't really very fast at responding. So I'll get involved in either fix a problem or interface with the vendor's technicians. So very much part of my job is to do things that I've never done before. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if we can get that on a Windows PC. I'm going to show you the process that I use to find out. It's not all that hard. Some of you are going to see this and say, oh, I could have done that. Well, yeah, you could have. And you should. And hopefully, maybe some of you start researching some of your own questions. But nevertheless, I love to do it for you or with you, have you come on in a session with me through Zoom. Maybe I connect remotely to your computer. We do it together. That's very much what I want this channel to be about. So I'm going to come back to my second computer here, open a new tab. It defaults to Google search, google.com. And oh, you know what? Before I do that, I got to tell you a little bit of what to look for. So how am I going to search for what search phrase am I going to put into Google? And that oftentimes is the challenging part. How do I word that? So you see this screensaver back here doing some crazy fun things. It's taking a photos folder that I have and just automatically does that. I don't have to do anything to make it do the pictures in a certain way, but I do really enjoy that. And I would like to have that on my Windows computers too. So I'll come over here and break out of the screensaver and come up to the Mac search spotlight. It's a magnifying glass up here. I don't have this computer currently set up for me to connect remotely to it. Maybe that'll be another video, how to do that. So then what I just do in that search field is to type screensaver and see what results the search screen gives me. And then here is in system preferences, says desktop and screensaver. I don't know Macs well enough to know where to go through the menu system, but Spotlight works really good. So then I'll double click over here on the screensaver. I did test this before starting this video, so I knew this is how I could get into it. And I see the screensaver is called floating. And I have it, I just changed it to kick off after 1 minute so that it would come back on, because it was set for an hour. So I needed to have that running before I started the video so you could see it. So it is called floating. So with that knowledge, let's come over here. How can I get a screensaver like the Mac floating on my Windows PC? How about that? Now then I'm going to press Control A, which highlights that entire phrase, and then Control C, which will make a copy of it in case I need to enter that again. And then I'll press Enter and see what we get. And this is, I'm in totally new territory now. I do not know where this is going to go. And I'll let you see the Mac is just starting that screensaver. It just starts with one picture and then it gets more populated. So anyway, how to customize the bubbles, ribbons, mystify. That doesn't sound useful. No mention in here of the Mac. How do I get bubbles? No bubbles. No. Bubbles. That's how do I put my Mac in screensaver? Nope. Use a screensaver on your Mac. Nope, that's not going to help. Screensaver preferences on Mac. Learn how to use screensaver. Nope, none of that sounds like it has anything to do with getting the Mac floating screensaver. How can I change this wording? Looking at these, how do you put a picture of your screensaver on a Mac? Bubble screensaver, turn off screensaver. No, none of that helps. Mac floating screensaver. I'll do screensaver as one word there. Yeah, I do see it sometimes. In that search results, it's one word and sometimes it's two words. So here's a different way. Get the Apple TV's breathtaking aerial screensaver on Mac. How to get on Mac, on or PC, TV screensaver. That doesn't sound like it's this floating screensaver. Use a screensaver on your Mac. Nope. Change screen preference. Nope. Nope. So none of that sounds likely. So let's go to Plan B. Let's go see what screensavers are currently in. What screensavers are currently in Windows. And I realize I just gave you a flash of a screen. I wasn't sure what's there, so I'm going back to look at it and make sure there wasn't anything private. And so it was not. So now on the Windows PC, to get to screensaver, I kind of have a habit of how I go into it. I don't think it's the most efficient. I right-click anywhere on the desktop screen and come down to Personalize. And then come down to, where is it? Oh, over here, lock screen. And then let's see, there was down here, screensaver settings. So that was several clicks to get to it. And here's screensaver settings. Now let's see what I can do about a quicker way. What if I press the Windows key, I get the search field down here, and type screensaver. There's a change screensaver. So that looks like a quicker, more direct way to get to it. Let's go try that. Let's see if we can break an old computer technician of his habits. So Windows key, screensaver, and there's change screensaver. So click on that, and that takes us straight into that screen. So that's a better way to get there. So here's screensaver for Windows. There's 3D text, blank, bubbles, mystify, photos, and ribbons. Now, when you go look on your Windows 10 PC for a list of screensavers, you may find a different list of choices based upon what version of Windows 10 you're using. Now, to answer what version I'm using here, I'm going to do the Windows key and the letter R. That brings up the run command line, and then type WinVer. That's W-I-N-V-E-R. And press enter, and up here it shows me it's Windows 10 Pro operating system. Now this computer, what I refer to as my computer number 2, is a really slow computer. It came with Windows 10 Pro, so that's why it has it. Now let's go take a look at my streaming computer. So this is the computer that I'm actually streaming on, and if I do Windows key R, WinVer, and press enter, that I have Windows 10 Home operating system, and it's version 1909. Back on the other computer here, I'm going to punch back to it. I'm telling you what I'm doing so that you don't lose track. It shows it is version 2, not 2004. That number is 2004. That's the update for Windows 10 that was made public in 2020 in the 4th month. So when we come back to this computer, the version of Windows 10 I have on my streaming computer is version 1909. So that was released to the public in 2019, September. Okay, so it's a different version. So let's go see what screensaver choices are here. I think they're different. So Windows key and screensaver. If I can type right. Change screensaver, click on that, takes me right into here, screensaver, and no, they are the same. Okay, well, I'm a bit surprised at that because I know that I've seen a different list of screensavers. I'm not sure what makes the difference. Now, on Windows 10, what I like to use that is somewhat near what you see on that Windows computer is Photos. When you select Photos, you can then select in settings, you can select a specific folder, and this is currently set to Christy Braden. Christy's my daughter, Braden's my grandson, and it's set on fast and it's set on shuffle. So you'll see what happens here. They don't float up the screen the way you saw on the Mac. They just transition from one screen to another. Now let's go look at settings and see if there's some changes to the transitions. There's shuffle pictures, that just changes the order, and slideshow speed. So it is just a slideshow. And customize screensaver. What more? I'm wondering if there might be some advanced levels of that screensaver available in the Windows environment. So I clicked on that link, again, because this is a slow computer, it's taken a while for that web page to load. Part of the reason why I use a slow computer because it keeps me in touch with how to keep a computer running decently, and it's amazing how much I can do with this slow computer. It's my primary computer for watching videos on the web. The Amazon Prime or Netflix or Hulu does just fine with those. Does fine with YouTube videos. It's my primary computer for that. So I do really use this computer as a workhorse, even though it is a obsolete and slow computer. So then this took us into Windows Help and Learning. It doesn't look to be anything specific about Screensaver. So scrolling through there, just kind of glancing through, looking for anything that jumps out at me with Screensaver. Here's a search field, so let's type Screensaver. Keeping in mind, I'm in completely new territory. I do not know what's going to happen. Change your screensavers. How to change the logon screensaver. Change the logon screensaver in Windows. So some people have asked me on occasion, they say, well, my screensaver is set to such and such, but I come in to my computer in the morning and find a different screensaver. Why is that? Well, it's probably because the computer got rebooted for one reason or another. You haven't logged in yet. So the screensaver login could be different. And certainly the wallpaper can be different. Change your screensaver settings, how to logo, wallpapers. Okay, wallpaper is the background that's behind your icons while you're not in screensaver mode. Screensaver that displays pictures stops working. That's answering a problem. Cannot change desktop themes. Okay, how about result? That's results for screensavers. How about additional screensavers? See if you get anything there. How to change logon screensaver. This kind of looks like the same thing. Change your settings. Saver that displays pictures stops working. Yeah, kind of like the same search results there. Take a quick look at change your screensaver settings. Lock screensaver settings, bubbles. Nope, nothing there. So I don't like anything that's coming up there. Now remember the way that I got into the Microsoft screensavers is I clicked on this link for how do I customize screensaver. I want to point out that what happened is Microsoft Edge opened up with that search results. I don't think Microsoft Edge is my default browser on this computer. I'm going to press the Windows key and type the word default, and there's choose a web browser. I'm going to go check to see what is currently my default web browser, because even when you set your default web browser to, in this case, Google Chrome, when you click on a link that is from a Windows help screen or configuration screen, something like that, it'll always launch in Microsoft Edge. Microsoft is not going to let go of that opportunity for some advertising revenue. So I'm going to go back to Google Chrome here, open up a new tab, and take another shot at finding our objective. How about third-party screen savers for Windows 10? There's a suggestion, so I'll just down arrow to that and press enter and see what we get. Top 10 screensavers that will make your Windows machine something. How to open, customize, download, install. 6 best screensavers. How to find, enable, set up. 3 slideshow screensavers, far better than Windows 10. That sounds more interesting of a search result because this is actually slideshow. However, does the word slideshow mean screensaver as in here's a photo, here's another photo, here's another photo, or is it going to be like that Mac screen? Look awesome, security essentials, aquarium, flurry, grass, useful screensaver, time screensaver, village screensaver. Those sounds like quite a variety of things other than what we're asking for. So I'm going to come down here and look at this one. Now, I might want to come back and look at some of these other searches. So I'm not going to left click on this search result. I'm going to right click and choose open link in new tab. So it comes up to a new tab. Now, it might have done that even if I didn't right click. I'm going to go back and test that. So I'm going to close that window. Brings me back to this tab. I'm going to try left click. And no, that comes into this tab. So I have lost that search results. However, I can get back to it by using the back button. But I might keep going forward in this search. So then it becomes a nuisance to go back. So I'm going to click the back button now because I know the last screen that I was on, the last web page I was on, was that search results. So I'm going to right click on that and choose open a new tab. Now, another thing I like about this technique is it gives you the ability, once you've gone onto that new tab, if you want to go look at one of the other search results, you click back on that search result and notice that this one that I clicked on is in a different shade. I'm going to call that purple and say that these are blue. So once I go into that link, once I've clicked on it, it changes to purple. And these up here that I haven't gone into yet are blue. I find that really useful, really helpful. And that, I believe, is handled by virtue of cookies. and that's how that results knows that you've clicked on it. Okay, three slideshow screensavers, far better than Windows 10 default. So just scroll down this and see what this looks like, some kind of broken glass. Well, but that's not what we're asking for, is it? Photo show, subscribe to. Okay, now here's a nuisance thing that you get when you go to some websites, is these websites that are providing information, useful, helpful information to you for free. Why do they exist? How do they exist? Well, they're all there making money by virtue of advertising. So you see all this advertising stuff around the side of what you're looking for, and here they've got a pop-up. They're trying to suck me into their environment. They want me to subscribe to get online tips. They want me to authorize them here so that they can send me useful information and some advertising. I don't do that. I get enough junk mail as it is, and when I want to find something, I just go search for it and find it. So here's a Go Photo Screensaver. Choose, and it's showing us here some options, settings. Choose images randomly. I do like that. Disable transition effects. That would be good to do on a slow computer. So this one that I'm demonstrating on might need that. Auto rotate pictures if orientation info is present. Okay, so that's saying if the photo is stored in upside down and there's information in the file that tells it should be rotated different, that's what it would do. I'm deducing. Enlarge small pictures, reduce big images, show small images randomly on the screen, show file name, show file date, height and presence, transitions. Now the transitions might have what we want, but I don't think so. This sounds like to me like it's going to be one photo and then maybe dissolve to another photo or flip to another photo or something like that. They have advanced options, sounds, images. I can't click on those tabs because this is just a picture on this web page. Scroll down a little bit. Now that one was called Go Photoshop. That was, I think, the second one, right? Was this Screensaver's interesting tool while LCDs can suffer permanent damage? Oh, this is not a screensaver. They're just using a photo to illustrate the idea of a monitor getting damaged by having the same image on the screen too long? No. All right, so that one we just looked at, that G Photo Show, was the first of the three. Endless slideshow, showing up to 4 pictures on each monitor. Position pictures in a grid, minimum space, background text, file filters, actions, picture rotation. Main claim that it can automatically download pictures within several sets. So it's going to automatically download pictures so you're not seeing your own pictures. A pure slideshow screensaver, regretfully free, doesn't let you do that. Should you stump $20 for the pro version? Okay, so here, Screen Paver. All right, so do we get a visual on what this looks like? I'm not seeing a visual, so look at it from here. Double click direct, so you can select a directory. Good. Select a directory, has so many pictures. Add directory, remove. Directory for shortcuts. Picture settings, picture selection, effects overlay, sounds interesting. Music, Screen Paver registration support. All right, so what does it do? Does not have a free version, so you got to pay for it. 30-day trial, money back, fully featured screensaver functions you'd expect. Randomized position of images, okay, that sounds likely. Stretch them, scale them down, generally tell the software how you want images to be handled. This seems like a basic requirement for a screensaver like this, yet the one included with Windows 10 does none of this except for randomizing images. Yeah, the screensaver with Windows can do randomizing, but they're saying it doesn't do any of this other stuff. Fully featured slideshow screensaver with the functions you'd expect. You can randomize the positions, stretch them, scale them down, and generally tell the software how you want them. This doesn't indicate that they're overlapping each other like this one is. So randomizing the images, it could be a single picture somewhere on the screen. Maybe there's motion. I don't see that yet. Speaking of picture selection, robust systems, choose directories, multiple drives, folders, doesn't have as many transitions. See, we're not even interested in transitions. This iMac Screensaver, there's no transitions. They just slide across the screen. So the fact that it has, let's see, we'll be concerned, it doesn't have as many transitions. So it sounds like transitions is the real thing. It's still, now here, this comment, there is such a lack of innovation here. And these things are getting lost with the times. Not one of these solutions above offer connections to Google Photos, Apple iPod, Apple what? Picture Roll. Further being able to send, yeah. So that doesn't sound like what we're looking for yet either. So that was these 3 slideshows. How to enable setup screensaver Windows 10, 6 best screensavers. Okay, maybe. Open, customize, download, install screensavers. Yeah. What was it? This one was a little bit old. So 6 screensavers. This one's just a couple months old. December 29th. Today is February 7th, 2021. So go look at this one. I did this on a new tab, of course, because you know that's just my habit. Screensavers don't have to be boring. We'll show you some screensavers. Download retro piece. This did that looks like an advertisement. Is that an advertisement? To fix various problems. See, that has nothing to do with screensaver. I think this in here is an advertisement. You got to be careful about these websites that provide free information. They can be so sneaky with their advertising pieces, and before you know it, you're off somewhere where you don't want to be. So Screensaver Wonder, stunning software, create, customize, inner artist, no. Stardock Deskscape, Stardock, creating software, desktop alive, simply select a short video, something you like, turn into wallpaper, screensaver. All right, it's interesting, but still not what we want. Flicklo Flip Clock. All right, you want a clock as your screensaver? We'll do that. NES Screensaver. Now, I don't see anything here that looks like what we're asking for, but the NES games, these are very short games whose graphics may seem poor today. So if you want some retro things, Earth 3D Screensaver. So I'm assuming that does some moving, zooming in and so forth. Briblo. No, that's not. I'm not looking for Legos. That was 6. Yeah, boy, we did not find what we want there. This is not looking very promising at all to find what we've been asked to find. How to find, enable, set up a screensaver on Windows 10. Let's see, set up, activate third-party screensavers. So this tells us how to do third-party screensavers. Not really the question that we have. How to get to screensaver settings? No. Photos? No. Oh boy, this is just not working out very well at all. So let's go try another form of search. Now, when the people also search for, so this is different variations on the search term that I put in that might be of interest. Windows 10 Photo Gallery Screensaver. That sounds like what's built into Windows. Screensavers Windows 10, Best 10, Photo Screensaver Windows 10. That might include third-party. 4K, no. Windows 10 Screensaver multiple monitors, no. Not really interested in that. So I'm going to right-click on this search and go to New Tab. Now that should give me a new tab of search results. Well, you know what? I got interrupted by a call coming in here, so I'm going to end this recording here. Well, that phone call was from Marge. She's been on some of my other videos, and we went ahead and made another video. It's the one where I deal with helping her with, scanning photos and emailing them as attachments. So that'll be published around the same date that this video is. But so let's get this wrapped up because this isn't going very well. It's not feeling like we're going to be able to get that iMac floating screensaver onto a Windows PC. So let's see, that was called floating. So I realized that I'd like to get a little more specific. iMac floating screensaver. And what I'm going for here is I haven't really seen search results that appear to make reference to that screensaver. So maybe I didn't get specific enough. So I'm doing iMac this time instead of Mac. Change screensaver preferences from Apple. That's not going to help. Screensaver on your Mac, that's not going to help. It certainly deals with the right screensaver, but I'm looking for something that's going to imply that we can put it on a Windows computer. That's got to show up really prominent. So downloading, that also sounds like Mac specific because of the I. Screensaver on your Mac. How to get the Apple aerial flyover screensavers. No, that's different. So still, it's looking like this just is not a thing. How to set your Mac screensaver to show photos. iMac screensaver. Nope. So I'm going to say that is as far as it is worth going for trying to get the iMac floating screensaver. But it probably would be useful to go ahead and show the closest that we have available within Windows. So the Windows key and then screensaver, change screensaver, press enter, and let's go into, is that what I want? Yeah, that's what I want. So do this drop down for photos, and then you can click on settings to pick a folder. I already have this one set to the Christy Braden folder. If I click on browse, I can come down here and pick another folder. And do I have subfolders there? Now, well, you can see the method here. Let's just click on any one that you want. So then click OK. And I like this fast speed. And shuffle pictures I liked. And then click Save. I've got this set on 1 minute now. So I can click Preview and see what it's going to look like. So here's what it looks like with the Windows Photo Screensaver. Not anywhere near as entertaining as the Mac Screen Show or floaters. So that's what we have available. I gotta say, that's all there is for us to do on that. And disappointing as that is, I'll have to let go of that and move on. Is there anything else that I want to do on that subject? I don't think so. So if you would like to have a session with me for any subject that you're interested in, it can be to help you with a problem on your computer or teach you how to do something. Beginner, intermediate, advanced level. If you're a technician and want to get a second mind involved in something, even if you don't think I'm smart enough to solve it, let's put it on, get it on a YouTube video, and maybe we can find somebody with an answer if we can't figure it out between ourselves. So wide variety of things that we can do through this channel. So DougBetts at LiveWindowsTraining.com. Just send me an email, give me an idea what you want help with, and we'll put it together. So I hope that was useful to you. See you later. Have a great day. Goodbye.